Hello everybody, welcome to my Final Fantasy III 100% Chest and Bestiary guide. So, what this is going to promise is every enemy in the game and every chest. Now there's a difference between getting every chest and then getting every filled item. Because some of them are just sparkles on the ground, and those I don't believe all count towards your chest completion. So, there are going to be some honorable mentions of places that you will want to keep in mind that are missable. And Castle Hine, the wreck ship, Lake Door. There's quite a bit of missable items that you'll be forever locked out of. Daga's Grotto, and as far as missable enemies, most of them aren't missable until Castle Hine and the moment you get a boat. And of course there's Lake Door and Daga's Grotto. But there is one more sea item that is not what do I say? Not in the old world, but like the world changes. There's one extra item, is a sea dragon. I'll just go ahead and say it, in the sea. But make sure you get them all. And I'll go through this whole entire playthrough getting it. So we're going through this place, grabbing these chests, and it's not really important to get every enemy in every chest here. Most likely you're just going to do it because it's easy. But you can always come back. And this is a great section to go to whenever you're farming job levels, because most jobs have the defend or guard ability. And that was a longsword. I should have clipped that. Yeah, so the way equipment's going to go is longsword or double weapons, and that knife and that vest are one of a kind. You cannot buy them in stores, you cannot find them in chests, and you cannot steal them. Keep them. Where was I? The way stats go is strength and attack go and feed off each other, as well as vitality and defense. And then there's magic defense, which is pretty much elemental resistances. But yeah, if you're just following along, and I'm doing this as fast as I can, even though there's random encounters. But in the end, I do promise that I'll figure something out with the agility. Now, the agility does kind of matter of who goes first or not, but sometimes it's not always about that. I know agility definitely increases how many times a character attacks. That and job level has to do with how well you perform in battle. But right now we don't even have jobs. We don't even know what's going on. But we are going to be able to get this completed, because I've already done it once, but the video was laggy, so I dedicated a little bit of time to this awesome game. But Final Fantasy III was not the only one that suffered in the United States. Final Fantasy II was also not released, and that's just less money for Square, you know? And so they ended up porting it over to the PS1 for most of the part. Most of the games were ported over, and there's only a few that were left unchecked. But auto battle is your friend, and you should get used to how that works. So I'm going to explain that real quick. Alright, auto battle will do your previously selected action. That's going to, like, the golden rule about auto battle. Whatever you previously selected is going to work. The next thing is, if you change equipment, jobs, or anything like that, or meet a certain story event, your auto battle will be unlocked. But as long as you're battling, the last action you did will just repeat itself. I'm grabbing the Antarctic Wind, and now I'm just going to put on auto battle because these aren't rare items and it's just going to repeat. Now since I don't have any more Antarctic winds, I will actually just start attacking and then put it back on auto battle. If your HP gets too low, like if I got hit one more time, I would have had to use a potion. Don't be scared not to. It's foolish to die. Once you defeat a boss though, it's going to be a big surprise. I hope you see it. But yeah, you get your HP and your MP back. I'll just ruin the surprise. But right here is where Luna encounters the crystal. The crystal speaks to him. Oh, I always thought that Luna was a female when I played it on the DS, and it kind of shocked me when I found out Luna was a guy. But I only had 1 week to beat this game on the DS because it was my sister's, and she's, you know, she's like miles away living her own life, and I was dog sitting, and I got all the way to the end. So this is not the longest Final Fantasy. This is more just fun. Like once you kind of max out everything, it's pretty fun. What you're gonna want to do is try and keep a low level. You want to probably stay about under level 45 because at that point you can put on black belt job class and your HP will gain more and more every time you level up with black belt as your job. But that's going to be another thing that I'm going to be explaining in this playthrough, is that stat maxing is going to be a thing. Alright, double weapons is usually how I go. The mages in this game are very limited on gear. I think the leather caps that we have right now is going to be the best thing that we get until about 20 hours in the game almost, or it's going to be a while. But immediately come back into the altar cave because it's not the same one. Well, it is the same one, and you can always come back here. And this specific room is the best place to train job levels. But you'll see that's the leather cap and the bronze bangles that I was missing for Luna's equipment. But I need to get some mithril armor. But yeah, there is a connection to this and where you were just at. It's Altar Cave. And then we're just grabbing all the items that we can because, like I said, I'm grabbing every chest. We've already fought every monster in this section. But during my playthrough, I don't think I'm going to point out every monster because some of them can be tricky to find because they kind of are rare. But whatever you do, don't miss the ones in Castle Hine, in the sea, or Lake Door, or Doggo's Grotto. Those are pretty much all the ones you gotta worry about. So when you get a boat, be cautious because you lose it. So this job leveled up again. That's a good thing. Alright, bronze bangles. Sleep. That's a good black mage spell. Don't fall in that hole. It will take you back to the crystal room. Well, back right where you started off. You'd have to travel all the way back to the crystal room. If you want EXP, I guess it's good for a grind. See how many times you can walk around this loop. But the EXP is not good enough, so I'm going to continue on with the storyline. And that's it for the chest here. Now, just head out the way that you came back in. And Altar Cave will be completed. So far we have all the chests, and I don't think there's a way of telling, but we'll go through checkpoints and make sure that we get everything. I'll keep multiple save files just for completion's sake. Then hopefully next video we get some town action in because we're about to go to a new area. I'll show you before I end the video. Now that we're completely done with that cave, we'll go to the town of Yor next. It's literally how people spell Yor now. U-R. It's not Y-O-U-R. It's Yor.